Good evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. Iran announces that negotiations seeking to revive a 2015 nuclear deal in Vienna will resume by the end of November. And Russia registers another record of daily coronavirus deaths, even as authorities hope to stem contagion by keeping most people off work. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. Iran and world powers seeking to revive a 2015 nuclear deal are trying to agree a date for the resumption of talks in Vienna as soon as possible. Iran's top negotiator said after talks in Brussels this week that negotiations in Vienna will resume by the end of November. European Union spokesperson Peter Steno said today that October 27th meeting in Brussels was useful and helped to define a way forward to resume negotiations in Vienna. Steno said they are working together with other partners, including Iran and other signatories of the Iran nuclear deal, to fix a concrete date as early as possible to reconvene in Vienna. Russia has recorded another record of daily coronavirus deaths, even as authorities hope to stem contagion by keeping most people off work. The government's coronavirus task force today reported 1,163 deaths in just 24 hours, the largest daily number since the pandemic began. It brought the total death toll to 236,220, by far the highest in Europe. To contain the spread of the infection, Russian President Vladimir Putin has ordered a non-working period from October the 30th to November 7th, when most state organizations and private businesses are to suspend operations. He encouraged Russia's worst-hit regions to start sooner, and some ordered most residents off work earlier this week. Meanwhile, Russian hospitals are struggling to cope with the influx of COVID-19 patients today. The Cumbre Vieja volcano on the Spanish island of La Palma spurted out more lava and smoke through the early hours of today as the eruption continues into its second month. The molten rock traveled at speed down the side of the volcano, which has been active since it erupted on September 19, 2021. A lava bomb is formed when a volcano spews large fragments during an eruption. The lava cools into solid pieces before they reach the ground. Lava bombs or volcanic bombs are classified as having a diameter of more than 64 millimeters. Lava from the volcano has covered nearly 900 acres of land, destroying 2,000 buildings and many banana plantations since the eruption started on September 19th. Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez said Spain would speed up aid to the hard-hit agriculture and fishing industries on the island. More than 7,000 people have had to evacuate their homes. Oman oil price December delivery amounted to $82.34, recording an increase today by 49 cents compared to yesterday's price, which reached $81.85. It's worth mentioning that Oman oil price October delivery amounted to $69.38 for the barrel, recording a decrease by $3.35 compared to September delivery price. Still to come on News Bulletin. Artworks depicting human values are displayed in an exhibition in the Governorate of Bahrain. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. The activities of the Oman Camel Racing Federation Festival started at the Royal Camel Corps Race Track in the Wilaya of Barka. More than 3,000 Omani camels from different categories representing various governorates of the Sultanate of Oman are taking part in the four-day event. The festival enjoys direct support from the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Youth. Cash and in-kind prizes are allocated for winners of the festival's race rounds. This support came within the context of preserving Omani traditional sports and heritage. A number of students excelled in general diploma in the Governorate of Wusta visited Duqm Port today. They visited Maritime Watchtower and went on a field tour to the port and acquainted with work progress there in addition to safety and hazard prevention measures. Students also acquainted with the ways of loading and unloading containers from ships to the pier. It's worth mentioning that the visit is organized by Duqm Port Company in cooperation with the Directorate General of Education and the Wusta Governorate. Within the efforts aiming to raise awareness among society members on breast cancer, in addition to diagnostic and therapeutic methods, Oman Breast Cancer Society and a host of doctors specialized in cancerous diseases organized an awareness day in the Niyaba of Jabal al-Akhdar under the auspices of Her Highness Sayyida Dr. Muna bint Fahad bin Mahmoud Al Saeed, Assistant Vice Chancellor of Sultan Qaboos University for International Cooperation. A visual presentation was done on the breast cancer and general therapeutic methods and the importance of conducting early checkup to detect the disease, and thus it will be easier to treat it. It's worth mentioning that the percentage of breast cancer in Oman is less compared to the world countries. The best and safe way for breast cancer checkup is through a mammogram, which is an X-ray of the breast. Moral and psychological support plays a vital role in increasing the immunity for women having breast cancer. Artworks depicting human values were displayed in an exhibition in the Governorate of Buraimi. The event is the first exhibition which was organized after permission for the return of cultural and artistic activities in the Governorate, with the adherence to preventive measures against COVID-19. The exhibition focused on many human values and morals preserved in the Omani society, such as tolerance, honesty, integrity, and solidarity. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's news bulletin, here are the main points once again. Iran announces that negotiations seeking to revive a 2015 nuclear deal in Vienna will resume by the end of November. And Russia registers another record of daily coronavirus deaths, even as authorities hope to stem contagion by keeping most people off work. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios is good night and stay safe.